All right, recording. Okay, so yeah, what happened last time was all the stuff with the portal and Saint Eve getting away through the portal, and you seemingly watched them make a deal with that deity or god, and then you made your way to Argyle's shop because it's kind of like a safe haven for you.
Yeah.
So you went there, and then that's where you met. Did you even get his name? I don't remember.
To who?
Vex Malice.
We didn't ask his name because we're bad at that.
I thought we did. We were calling him Sandwich.
Sandwich.
No, I know you call him Sandwich, Vanessa, because you know
No, but
about
I feel
him.
like we had like a little laugh.
Okay, maybe you did. So,
Oh, in game we had a little laugh.
Yeah.
all right, so yeah, maybe you met Sandwich inside Argyle's shop, and you know what? Maybe I'll like paste some of this stuff up for Trevor's benefit.
Thank you.
So this dude, if it loads, can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the big bad, right?
Yeah, so he's kind of the big bad, one of the big bads. And he was basically torturing and murdering Argyle. That I think you guys kind of figured out what was going on, and Argyle was like seemingly going to fight you guys. So rather than fighting him, you decided to basically leave him to die and make your way outside of town because there's just too much heat everywhere. So the party set up camp on the outskirts of the forest in Mistvale, and that's kind of where I was like starting you guys off today. So I made a little image of kind of the vibes of this situation, but where you're started is more like this. And I figured you made camp, and so I just didn't know how many people you would have with you in your party. So it's only 3 of you. Well, 4, because 4 is here passed out,
Okay.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I had him.
So he's just kind of like out. But otherwise, Scale is here.
Wait, who was that you put first?
4.
Oh.
Demaxis is here. And Kayla's here, but not awake yet. And Scale is also a bear, I think, currently still. Right?
Yeah, but we did a rest, right? So I probably.
No, we didn't. This is the rest.
Okay. Then yeah. I'm
Wait,
still
so
there.
is this going to be the long rest that we're starting with?
Yeah.
Because that's what we were in major need of.
Yeah, you're starting with your long rest.
I think we all did our stats already though, so whatever.
Yeah, we're already all healed up, but I did
Oh,
not.
Cute bear.
Oh.
Oh, she's thick.
I was like, oh no, I got you there.
Soon for a combat.
Did I have Rule Call? I forget. I don't know if I had him or if he got.
I think he got.
Well, since no one.
I know you clicked that you took a long rest already, but
Yeah, but we didn't do it.
We'll
but-
still play it through.
Yeah. So am I the only one awake? Essentially, or
no. Well, technically, Cathay's awake, but let's say that they're off doing something.
yeah. I was gonna say, well, she should be here soon.
Okay. Otherwise, 4 is unconscious, so it's just you and Scale, really.
Should I just be growling?
Yeah. Scale. No, I can't understand you like that. I'd say telepathically to her.
Scale is going to like point at Demaxius, and then point at the bed, and then point at herself, and then do like a walk around to try to get Demaxius to go to sleep, so that Scale will take first watch as a bear.
I'm not gonna argue against that. I lay down and take a little nap.
Alright, Scale's gonna just walk around the perimeter. Not too far, maybe like 30 feet around the campfire.
Can you, when I forget, if I measure, can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so,
Just about like 30
It's-
feet meandering around.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Watch.
yeah, so it's kind of like just after golden hour. It's a fall-y time of year. The leaves are falling, changing changing colors. The smell in the air is sort of that rotted leaf type of a smell. It's cool, cold, damp. There's a mist emanating from the edge of the forest. The feeling that you have where you're at right now is if you are being watched, whether that's from the commotion and anxiety that you might have brought with you here to the edge of the forest. It's certainly quieter, but there's an ominous feeling as if the woods are alive. It's something you have experienced in the past before. For Trevor's sake, the woods are known as the Whispering Woods. And so here you are on the outskirts. So as you're moving your 30 feet around, you're going to find several things. Trees, rotted leaves, wood in various states of decay, rocks with moss on them. There are some mushrooms, perhaps moving a little bit by the outskirts of the forest. There's a trail with lots and lots of hoof prints. It's a well-traveled trail. A tie-up for a horse's, where you tie your horses. When you stand over in this area, Scale, you can see that there's a wagon with a coffin in it, a raked pile of leaves, some pumpkins, a bunch of wood that was chopped, as well as a hut, like a woodsman's hut on the outskirts of the forest.
Okay. She wants to do like some bear sniffs. She's got a keen smell as a bear. So just to smell if there's any like any non-animal or animal things around, living things around.
Definitely, yeah. The mushrooms that were moving around at the edge of the forest over in this area are absolutely alive. They're kind of like moving all around.
Okay.
Also, there's a general stench of decay coming all around from this area.
Okay.
There's also sort of a ominous presence. What's your character's pronunciation, Trevor? Alien? Alien? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Alien?
Alien. Okay. You are... How far is your vision? You have like 60 foot
60 foot.
dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay. You can see to the edge of the forest, but Scale is not close enough for you to see her yet. But you can see just to like the outskirts. You can see to about like where the trees begin to thin.
Okay.
Scale's gonna walk up to that wagon, see if she can kind of tip the coffin over.
Okay, Scale approaches this wagon. It's in relatively good shape. It's been here for quite a while, unmoved. There's a broken coffin on the ground next to the wagon, and there's a sealed coffin in the wagon.
Alright.
Which do you mean?
Let's start with the one one on the ground.
Okay. You're gonna go over to it?
Yeah.
Okay, you go over to it. What do you do?
Kick the with her front paw, claw it open. Like a bear would, like both front paws, like
Yeah, I'm looking for more sound effects, but
Whoa.
so you kick the coffin, and inside is a skeleton in a kind of a extended state of decay. There's still some flesh clinging to the bones. It looks like if it was horribly mangled.
Okay. She's gonna leave it and go. She wants to do a parole again around the camp.
Okay, there's still another coffin inside of this cart. There's some, broken tree limbs that have fallen from the outside of the treescape into the cart, but otherwise relatively normal condition. No fresh footprints, you notice.
No, I meant over by Demaxius.
Oh, back over there?
Yeah, I just don't want to.
You're done over here?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna come back, but she just has been a little bit far from the team for a little bit, and she doesn't want anyone sneaking up on the far side.
Okay. You notice that the Campestri have sort of gotten a little interested in what you guys are doing, and they've moved to the outskirts of this bush over here.
Right.
But there's some little mushroom dudes that are kind of like they've bumped their way on over to y'all.
She's gonna do like a bear sound, like a "Mora? Mora?" and tilt the head. What are you head? To the right up to the mushroom.
Okay. So you go over to these little Campestri guys. You make a bunch of grunt noises and stuff at them. And they're like,
Scale's going to kind of walk away a little bit and see if they do anything.
okay.
Like if they're getting closer.
They let out a little puff of spores, but you're not close enough for it to hit you.
Okay, did I see that though?
Yeah, they're friendly-ish seemingly going.
Okay. Scale's gonna finish her perimeter walk and go back over to that wagon.
Okay.
She's doing it slow. She just wants to see if,
Are you trying to actively avoid those spores?
Well, she walked away from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of blowing in the wind. Demaxius, in your dream state, you are semi-roused. And you're like... There's rumblings of thoughts in your mind. You're not conscious. You're just... we'll get to you in a second.
Okay. You're just telling me that, not...
Yeah, you're back over here, Vanessa.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump up on that wagon and I want to open up that coffin.
Okay. You open up this coffin as well, and there's another body. Looks like it's been sort of hurt and mangled and pulverized. There's obvious damage of lashings along its body, as if it was torn apart limb from limb.
Alright, she's gonna grab a femur
Okay.
and jump off the wagon, just carrying it.
Okay, so you do that. Demaxius, at the same time this is going on, you are having a dream. In your dream, you are in a place that seems familiar. It's one of the dreams you have that's like a recurring sensation throughout your life. You know how when you're like a kid and you have recurring dreams, it feels familiar but foreign all the same because it's faded from your memory. But you have this overwhelming sense of maternal, like a mother. I'll wait for Kayla to sit down.
Here. Now has an extender. Yes, man. Such Emmy's being Alright, we're in.
You're in.
Emmy. Emerson, come here. Up. Come up here. No. He's like, I want to up. Up. We're not
Yeah, so I'll restart this just for the vibes for Kayla. So right now, Cathay, you're sort of just like checking out various elements around this camp. Scale offered to take first watch. You're still awake at this point. Fora is unconscious on the sleeping bag. Demaxius is sleeping. And he's having this feeling of a recurring dream. Dreams are more than a feeling than they are a memory or a place. And the feeling that you get is one of being watched over. Demaxius was obviously you were an orphan? Is that the best way to describe you, Demaxius?
Adopted, but yeah, orphaned.
Adopted. So the feeling, the nature of the dream is like a motherly, maternal type of a feeling. There is a whimsical sort of fey quality to the sleep you're having. You're getting visions of courts and all sorts of creatures, not necessarily malevolent, but though many are grotesque. And a face starts to slowly walk out of the black and approach you within your dream, and it says,
Demaxius, my sweet child, come back to me.
And just before that sort of feeling, just before you get like shooken by those murmurings of the, and you hear that kind of like coming in and out of your, oh, that's a bad quality image, huh?
Potato quality.
Here, I have one. You get this flashing vision of a woman that looks like this. I'll give you like one opportunity to ask a question before your dream fades completely.
Who are you? I'm not your child.
Demaxius, your time, you will come to know me as your mother.
And then it fades away. And then that's your vision. You don't necessarily wake up. I would say if you want to stir awake, you could. It's kind of like when you're like in that light sleep at this point, when a dream sort of stirs you to waking, but it wasn't necessarily scary. If anything, it was semi-comforting.
I make it obnoxious. And then roll back over.
Okay.
Tries to say mommy.
You roll over the other way.
It
I think I
doesn't-
can
you
do
don't,
that.
No, you don't gotta move. Just
There. All right, you're on the edge of this woods, and let's say you were just like looking for survival stuff, you know, berries, scraps, things that could be of use, firewood, sticks. Scale is awake, and she's been surveying this sort of area. What's your species again? No, I know. What's your race?
Oh, human.
Human. Okay, yeah. So you don't see shit. It's like dusk right now, so you didn't. She went off the other way, and you couldn't see anything of what she's doing. But there's a very obvious rustling in the area. Also, I'll paint the picture for you because you weren't here. It's like dusky, just after golden hour. It smells like wet, decaying leaves. Leaves are falling in the air. It's deep into the fall, almost winter at this phase of things right now. And there is a very obvious sort of rumbling type of rustling coming from the bushes. And there's these two little mushroom creature type people kind of observing what's going on with y'all. They're over here. These little guys, and they're like, they bop around.
I want to follow them around. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can walk right up to them.
The light's dwindling, so I probably won't be able to see them very long, but it just makes me want to follow them more.
Yeah. So you can definitely see them. They started out further away towards the woods. Oh, wait a second. You're not here.
What? No.
Okay, LOL.
Weren't you in the Feywild?
Yeah, wasn't she?
Can't remember, but
You're not here.
okay, bye.
Oh,
It was a nice
boo.
dream.
You had a dream.
Here's what I'll say for you, Kathay.
Yeah.
You're over here, and for the sake of brevity,
Yeah.
everything I told you is still true. You're not in the material plane though. So you get a few extra explainers. There is an unnatural quality to the area in which you are, and you find yourself at the base of a tree that is running with blood. If I remember correctly, last time I think you went back to get Demaxius into the hanging tree. And when you went through the door, you didn't end up in the dungeon area. I think what happened was you went back into the Feywild. You weren't here, so I don't think you'll remember that, but that's what happened. That's how I explained your character away. So everything I just told you is the same, and I'll even say that those little mushroom dudes are also there. Just so you have a similar point of reference. So in your area, go ahead and give me a perception check. First roll of the game, I guess.
I'm just gonna roll. Good roll.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, 17. Baby.
Okay. There's also a little fairy creature flitting around up above you in this bloody tree.
Are we doing me right now, or are you gonna go pop back over to them? Because I'm cool with just chilling.
No, we can do you because Demaxius went back to sleep, and then I'll give you like a bunch of time because Vanessa's been going for a while. While I'm doing this, I'm going to you next, Aelion. Okay, so yeah, what do you do?
So I'm alone outside of this.
Yeah, you find yourself under this like bleeding tree. It basically looks like the hanging tree.
Word. I'm gonna go keep my eyes on these little fellas and just see what they're doing. But I also want to go up to the tree and just taste the blood and see if I can figure out if it's real blood, if it's fake, what's going on here.
Okay, make a nature check.
Okay. I got 5.
It tastes like iron and maple syrup
Ooh.
mixed, like as if blood and tree sap or 1.
Okay. I'm gonna follow these little guys and just ask them if they know what this is.
As you walk up to these little Kempestri, they go,
And
they're like puffing spores into the air. And they're like taking their little hands and they're like waving them around in front of their face.
Come here, little guy. I'm gonna try and pick one up.
As you bend down to go to pick one up, some of those spores hit you in the face.
Okay.
And it sounds like this. It goes,
yes. Pick me up. Hey, hi.
and you can like seemingly now understand them.
Great. Okay.
It's happening in your head. So like telepathically now you can hear what they're saying.
Who are you?
Oh, who are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, who am I?
He turns at the other little mushroom guy and he's like looking at him. He's like,
Who am I? Oh, I don't know. Who are you? Me? Who are you? Who am I? I don't know who you are.
Okay, do you think you can help me?
What?
Can you help
We
me?
don't even know who we are.
Clearly. That's fine. I'm trying to find my friends. Have you seen anyone else around here?
Oh, yeah. This'll always around.
Have you seen like a tiefling or a
Oh,
druid?
tiefling. No. Kempestri friends, maybe. No more tiefling. You follow us, we find more Kempestri. Maybe they see your friends.
Okay, that's fine. Do you know where I am? Where are we?
Oh. Feywild.
Okay. Take me to your leader.
Leader? What's leader?
Take me to your friends.
What's a leader?
Someone who's in charge. Someone who says
Who?
where you go.
In charge of
Do
what?
you have a leader?
so make a survival check. Or no, make a nature check.
Come on, nature.
Do you know what you get plus to your natures?
Nope, I don't.
Do you have your app? Let me look. I have your app. You might have an advantage or a disadvantage to it. So Trevor, this is why the app is good because it makes like you're even on nature, so flat D20.
That's what I thought it was.
What'd you get?
I got a 5.
Oh, these mushrooms are kind of dumb, but they're cute. So they start like popping up and down and around and leading you further and further into the woods. There are much larger mushrooms around.
Okay.
Oh, sad. Yeah, you get into the woods a little bit further and there's some larger mushrooms. And it seems, again, rotting smell of leaves, dusky. You feel as though you're being watched. From time to time, you hear a little flittering in all the trees, yeah. And you continue your way up forward, not seemingly finding anything yet.
Okay.
How far can you see again? 30 feet, I think.
Maybe
Yeah, not much as you move forward.
Okay. Can I give them something? I want to give them like a little. I'm gonna give them a little bit of water, just to bring them to my side. Create a
Water? Is this water?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Came out of a weird looking object. But, alright. Let me try some of that. You try this? Oh, me? Oh, I try. Okay. Wanna follow us some more?
If I eat one of you, is that rude?
Yes!
I know you're taking me to more of you, Lily. Like, I just want to make sure.
Don't eat us.
Okay. Fine, I won't.
Okay, so they keep leading you now a little warily down this road. You reach a stone sort of pathway bridge. Where you are feels odd. I didn't mention this before, but there's like stones and stonework everywhere, as if this place is very ancient, in the middle of the woods. Not necessarily ruins, but like there was something here before in the Feywild. And soon you come upon a clearing, and in this clearing you see a scene, and the scene looks like this. There is a few large mushrooms with a creature with horns playing a piped instrument sitting on top of a toadstool, with two small bluish sort of skin tone hued beings zipping and zooming all around over the place, almost imperceptibly. They're moving so fast. They're like, and they seem to be like seemingly dancing and arguing about which one of them is the better dancer.
Do you know these people? Little mushrooms? Little
Campestri?
Campestri, yeah. Do you know these
Oh.
guys?
Campestri generally hang out with other Campestri, but yeah, we know of them.
And what do you know of them? Will you share that with me?
Oh. The other fey creatures. Very fast.
Are they nice? Are they good?
Ooh.
Can I talk to them? Are they trustworthy?
You get the sense the Campestri start looking at each other and they're like,
Yeah, good. What good? Good. I don't know what good means. Maybe they're good.
Okay, I'm gonna.
they turn back at you, they're like,
Yes, they're good. Very good.
Okay, I'm gonna eat the little one, and I'm gonna. Because they're fucking useless.
and the other one starts screaming and like running into the forest in a different direction. As he leaves, he like leaves behind a little puff of spore, and make a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck. That's always promising for me.
With disadvantage.
No!
You ate it.
18
You gotta roll again.
with disadvantage.
Oh, you rolled twice?
You gotta roll again and then
And then
take
take
the
the
lowest.
What?
I'm just hitting the fives. These are weighted dice.
Your Constitution save is... You have a +2.
Ooh, 7. I'm sure that's gonna save my constitution.
No, you fail. It was a DC 10. So you ate the one, but you're poisoned now.
I'm poisoned to other people.
No, you
I'm
have been
poisoned.
poisoned from eating a poison mushroom.
Worse than what I originally thought.
Yeah.
Anybody
Okay.
else?
So the other guy ran away in fear and terror, and you ate a poison mushroom. So you just kind of feel bad right now.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna puke and leave it as an offering for the forest.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go talk to these freaking weirdos.
Okay. I don't know what the poison damage is, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I'm just gonna say it. Oh wait. I'm just not gonna worry about it right now. Okay, so you come up on these weirdos.
Okay.
Do you wanna go ahead and give me a nature check? Let's see if you know what they are.
Oh. Are they? I don't know what they are. For the love of God, I'm gonna just give up on this. That first one was a 2. This next one was a 5. Unsurprisingly.
Yeah, there's some weird looking fey creatures. You know enough to know that these things are like not of the material plane.
Okay. I'm obviously looking worse for wear, so I'm trying to not be threatening, and I am just approaching them, holding my stomach, asking if they can help me see if they run off or if they're...
The two little ones are let me see if I can find a voice
for this. How about this? Too humany. Let me see. I have a soundboard for creatures. Let's see.
That voice sounds like he works a desk job.
This guy. I'm gonna put him down though. No, I am clearly the better dancer. No, I'm clearly the better dancer. You guys are annoying.
I don't like that voice.
I can't really understand what you're saying.
Yeah. How about this? No, this got weird chimes. Is this better? Alright, yeah, here we go. This is a real weird one. Alright. No, I'm the better dancer. No, I'm the better dancer, Daniel. Okay? We've been over this plenty of times. Alright? Well, if you're the better dancer, then put your money where your mouth is. Do the dance.
And they're arguing back and forth about who's a better dancer, and they're dancing in a way that is like, these things are so fast. They're like, like if you were trying to like catch them or touch them or anything, you absolutely would never ever be able to. They are moving at this like super magical speed. And there's another being on top of the mushroom, and it says,
this might be too... this is better. Daniel, Jeff, listen, get it together, guys, all right? If you can argue about this all day, but you got to put your money where your mouth is and settle this dance contest once and for all right? We're going to be here for eons. We already have been.
Excuse me?
Yes. Yes. Hello.
Hi, I'm a really good third-party outsider, bystander, who can judge cleanly who the best dancer is. I just need a little help here.
Oh.
I ate one of those mushrooms, one of those red ones.
Oh, the little guys, the idiots, the stupid little idiots.
Those guys.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay.
Is there a way to...
Thank you, by the way, for eating them.
Happy to help. Except it's really hurting my tummy.
Oh.
So, is there a solution, a cure?
Who are you, in fact? What are you doing here? You seem not of the faith.
Yeah, I don't really know how I got here. I could use some help. But I can also help you guys in return. Daniel and Jeff seem like they...
No, we're not helping anyone until we can settle this matter.
I mean,
Okay, alright, well, alright. Sounds like she can be a judge.
Well, I can help you. Not with your poison, unfortunately. But maybe there's a way in which I can get you home, seeing as you don't belong here.
Okay, what's the catch? What are you expecting? What do you get from me?
Well, you offered to judge their dance contest. Perhaps that's all you need do.
Is there any way to slow you guys down? Just because I can't really keep up. You move too quickly? Or is there a way for me to
Slow
catch up to
us
the speed that
down.
you are at?
Slow us down. Do you hear that, Daniel? As if she knows dance.
Go ahead and give me a perception check as this is all happening.
We're doing better. 10.
Do you get any pluses to perception?
I don't know. I gotta flip it over.
You have +4, so you got a 14. All right, so you got a 14. Did I put this person in clash? I did. They need to roll stealth. They have a +8, so you're probably not going to see them, but let's try it nonetheless. Yeah, you don't see them. All right. All good.
So, shall I start?
What do you have to do with all of this?
Oh, I provide the music.
And what are you? Who and what are
I, madame, am Thessalonius. I'm a satyr.
Okay. Interesting. I don't. What?
You don't know shit about satyrs. You already failed that roll.
No, fuck. But I'm like, the only thing I know about satyrs is that they're supposed to like assist and guide. Is that right, or?
Maybe the opposite is that right? Of that is right.
The opposite?
Yeah.
Well, fuck. Alright, let's get this dance conversation. I'm already poisoned, bro. I got nothing to lose.
Okay. So, so what happens is the satyr begins to play. They blow into their instrument and voices enter into your mind as if across time and space itself, eons unfold as your eyes roll back into your head. And you feel the essence of the Feywild grip into your mind itself and begin willing you to sleep.
I'm going to sleep.
I'll give you the roll. Hold on. Give me a wisdom save. You have
Oh, that's not gonna be good.
+4 to wisdom save.
I need all 4 points.
What did you get?
I rolled a fucking 1.
Oh, it's an auto fail.
Again.
So, just as this is happening, the second before your last ditch of constitution over your body is beginning to leave your form, a being steps out from the edge of the woods, and she looks like this. And she says,
Let's try this, boys. Do we like this? Is this good for her? No, I don't think so. You like it or no?
No, but also.
We want this. We want this. This? No.
How about this for it? No?
Can you make her like sound Australian? I think that'd be nice.
Or Jamaican.
Now, I do think I think I got a Jamaican for you. Hold on. Hold on.
Or just get the Bomboclat soundboard. Just normal speaking and then just end it with pop.
Never mind. I made a custom voice for her. Let's just say, is this good? Yeah, alright, good.
It's a voice. We got it.
Alright. Alright. So,
this seemingly elven character comes from the edge of the forest, and the satyr almost instantly stops playing their pan flute, and your consciousness begins to return, and they say to you, it's hard when I gotta play all these too many NPCs all at the same time.
Thessalonius. Trapping mortals in the Fae again, I see.
No, Mistress Nimue. Never. Thessalonius only was trying to help, but you know the customs and cultures.
I do. Everything has a price. Now, who is it I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Thank you. I'm Cathay, and that motherfucker almost just did me in. Can you help me? I need to get the fuck out of here.
Yes. I would be willing to help you, but as Thessalonius mentioned, everything comes with a price here. So, I require something simple, perhaps.
Go on.
She comes up to you and looks you up and down, basically, from your feet to your head, surveying who you might be, what intentions you might bring with you, trying to guess at why you might be here or who you are. And she extends a hand as if to ask for a dance.
I'm not really in a dancing mood.
No. The occasion is right. We have the music. We have an audience.
I'll take a kiss. Sorry, Scott.
She goes, that might be acceptable.
Are you going to?
Absolutely. I'm poisoned. Nothing left.
Are you trying something with this, or like, what do you do? Go ahead and narrate it out then. She wants a dance. She wants like some favor of affection.
She can have it. She can have anything she wants.
Okay. So
I'm gonna kiss her, but I also know that like what I know of the Feywild is they're gonna use you and abuse you and try and trap you, and that's fine. I'm already here and I'm poisoned. But if I can win her favor and maintain some of my consciousness, like myself and my soul, then I'll be okay. But also, she's really beautiful, and I'm poisoned already, so.
Sure. So she says,
Shoot my shot. We're going out.
It seems like you're a little bit soft for this world. Come with me, and before you leave me, I shall get my reward.
Sorry, the voice gets weird sometimes because it's hard. I hear myself in my headphones with a slight delay the entire time. It's really hard to talk like that. So anyways, I know I've probably said that before, but for Trevor, she says, yeah, come with me.
Come with me, and, in time.
And so she begins to lead you further into the forest. In this direction.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave a couple of breadcrumbs as I go.
Oh, how Hansel and Gretel of you.
Honestly. Well,
okay. So is it the meat pie you had from that one time?
I knew you were gonna bring that up. You never let things go, man. No, I will. I think it was the randomly. I think it's what is it? Gunpowder that we got from when we were in the.
Oh, you're gonna leave a trail of gunpowder.
I know. It could be something crazier or better, but that's all I have. So.
Okay, so she begins leading you in the forest along the trail, following some of the rubble and remains. With that, we're gonna zip back to the other side of the table. And we're gonna talk to Alien. I think he sees how it kind of goes now. So Alien finds himself deeper inside the forest in the material plane. We can see him there. We can also see that he is at the floating menagerie. There is also a cart nearby that looks like it has so the floating menagerie, for a reminder, Kayla might not know who this is. Yeah, the floating menagerie is let me read the description for you. Yeah. In the heart of a dense jungle where moonlight filters through a canopy thick with ancient magic stand two figures of contrasting nature, bound by their shared venture. A traveling hot air balloon shop that glows with an ethereal light against the nocturnal backdrop. Their names are as unique as their partnership. Grimox the Oni and Skitterwick the Quasit. And the name of their shop is the Floating Menagerie. There's like a Winnie the Pooh style Mr. Sanders sign that they've scrawled the name of their shop down, and they basically travel at night selling trash and junk to cursed items, junk, ciphers, occasionally a very valuable object to monsters. So all around their shop are various goblins and different types of things. Tonight, there's another purveyor, and there's a cart nearby that is littered with various goblins, and their faces are painted like juggalos.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so they're hanging out at this cart, and they're all sort of like trading and dealing over various things, smoking. They're chewing, spitting various like leaves into the dirt. They have lots of different like paraphernalia that they're heating up and inhaling various substances. And so that's over here.
I should have got that.
That's what you see, Aelion, is these two, like, all these people are, that's kind of like going on over in this area. Here's the guy with the cart. It's kind of a circus type carnival cart, and it's pulled by a larger than average wild boar.
Oh wow.
And you're kind of shopping at the various places.
Seems fun.
Okay. Can you kind of show me, like, zoom out a little bit, see where I'm at, like, in the forest?
Yeah, give me a perception check while you're at it.
Oh. Nat 20.
Oh, baby.
Okay, so with a nat 20, you see basically everything that's going on. First roll of the campaign, he rolls a nat 20. You can see that there are also cut down trees throughout this area of the forest, and there is a group of red caps. If you know what red caps are, give me a nature check.
6, and I think I might have red check here.
Oh, you're physically rolling too?
Oh,
Awful
yeah.
creatures.
That was perception, so I have a 9.
Okay, 9. You know that they are bad, yes. You know that red caps generally are malevolent in nature, though they don't. They're not like evil. They're just. You're not going to befriend them. They're not friendly little creatures, and they just like are going about their business, kind of mad and looking for shit to stir up in that area of the woods. They know what's going on over here, but they also recognize that there's some very powerful creatures over there, so they're kind of keeping to themselves right now.
Okay, and just so I know, like, the goblins and stuff in my area, they're not hostile.
They don't seem to be hostile. Actually, in fact, they seem to be quite the opposite. They seem to be pretty, like, having a great time hanging out. They're rubbing elbows with everybody. They're kind of, doing drugs and stuff. And there's Grimmox and Skitterwick have this, like, kind of quintessential song and vibe to their nature. They bring a very pleasant atmosphere everywhere they go for the monsters. So they seem pretty chill. I'll zoom in so you can get a good look at some of these fellas. One of them is inherently much more magic than the others. And you can hear people are dealing over in the floating menagerie. They're like, yeah, they're doing all sorts of stuff. And then of the Gobelos, there's like various magic looking ones. And then there's like one female one that's like kind of ratchet, but she's like particularly popular amongst the other goblins. She's like the kind of the ringleader of everybody. They're like all doing little things to sort of impress her, like chugging various potions and like rocking out. And there's a larger than average goblin of a different type of magical nature sitting in the wagon.
Okay. Can I go up to the shenanigans going on with the probably goblin hooker?
I guess that might be like a unkind of way to think about it. She seems to be like pulling the punches more than she is not.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're like a little more rare than like I don't know how many female goblins have you encountered in your life?
I played the fifth on that one.
Oh, okay.
Can I walk up to them and kind of like watch and start up a conversation to see like, what they're doing?
Yeah, you can go up. And they're hanging out over there. Let's see if I can find a voice for this one. I didn't know. I should have known we would get to all these things a little faster, but let's use... the big one? Can the big one sound like this? Let's see.
I can't.
Hold on. I gotta... Is this a voice?
Yeah.
Is this a voice? Alright, how's this guy? Alright, the big one, let's say the big one kind of sounds like this, I guess. Is this understandable? Is this bad? Let's go with this voice. This is better. This maybe captures the energy a bit better. Alright, so this is the ringleader one inside the car. Kind of sounds like this. In the middle. And all the guys on the outside just sound like
some variation of this. We'll go with this. Yeah. How's this? Okay. Yeah. No, you drank the last of it. I didn't drink the last of it. No, I drank the last of it.
And they seem to be like arguing over drinking various potions, tipping him upside down, like good to the last drop type of a thing. They have, looks like they've obtained various little trinkets with small amounts of gold. A couple of them are playing like a gambling type of a game on the ground in front of the cart. But the Nilbog sees you approaching and he goes,
"Oh, I see. A visitor. Come on. To the Great Malenko."
I walk up to him and or her, start up a conversation, and I guess I'm gonna ask what they're doing out in the woods.
Yeah, as you walk up, they're all sort of eyeing you in a way that's sort of like, who is this dude? What's going on? What's his vibe? In there, they feel like some of them seem less amicable to you coming into their space and not being a monster. What was it you were asking? Sorry, I was
No, you're fine.
Scrubbing stuff.
I'm just gonna be like a little bit arrogant,
Mm-hmm.
and like with how I'm talking, and I'm just gonna ask them what they're doing here at night and why like all the monsters are gathering in this area.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you see, there's been some injustices as of late to my goblin kind. So, in times such as these, new logs, such as I, come.
They come?
Often and as much as possible.
And we all come.
The little like ringleader girl goblin winks at you from the side of the cart as he says it, and they all start to like give you a little like leering, knowing look.
Oh, can Can I make like a perception? Oh, wait, I think it might be an insight check to see like
Yeah.
what their intentions are.
Yeah. You can do a magic check, Arcana, whatever that roll is. Yeah, Arcana.
14, no modifier.
Okay. You would know that Nilbog is something maybe you've come across in your magical learnings. That a Nilbog is just goblins spelled backwards, and they are a chaotic type of a goblin presence that is meant to right wrong on behalf of the goblins. So they are like almost manifest by wrongdoings happening to goblin kind and goblin folk in and amongst the area. That's probably as much as you would know.
Okay, fair enough. Can I continue talking to them and like further trying to research, or I guess I asked them,
Yeah.
like, what injustices have been done to your people and why have you kind of manifested?
Yeah.
So, it turns out that there are some beings in the area co-opting us into their services, and without adequate payment. Can you even believe it? I can't.
Do you know, like what beings in the area are doing this? Where they are?
First, you must prove to Malenko that you are trustworthy and mean to help Goblinkind and not simply one of theirs.
And he begins cutting up a line of powder on the desk of his cart.
Oh. I'm gonna say I won't do that.
You're not. Is it because it's because of your metagaming and I told you about the drugs?
No, it's just my character's like.
Yeah.
Like kind of.
Are you good aligned?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Well, so you can say you're not going to do it. This is like just a friendly DM advices. Do what you would do in character instead of telling you're not going to do it. So what's happening is the guy's like cutting up he's like, show me you care about us. And he's like,
I see what you're saying.
And he's just like, and so like, what would you do in response to him doing that? Like, how else would you convince him?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him and be like, I'm a cleric of the sea god. I don't do drugs, especially from people or goblins that I don't know or I don't trust. So how else can I persuade you to trust me without doing drugs?
Malenko has other ways of trusting. Maybe Traveler makes a donation.
How about that?
And
he taps a donation box, and you ever watch Dune?
Yeah, love Dune.
Okay, it's the box he puts his hand in.
So it's clearly meant not for money, but for like my.
Yeah, he wants you to stick your hand in the box.
All right, I put my hand in the box.
All right, roll a Constitution saving throw.
17 plus 1, 18.
All right, yeah, fine. It's immense pain, we'll say, that you feel, and the sense that you get, Aelion, is the pain that is felt by the other goblins. Whatever wrongdoings or misgivings have been done to them as a race happening in the area right now, you are instantly flashed with being whipped and tortured and pressed into service to terrorize nearby towns and press gang and steal ships into the service of some beings. It doesn't give you like information, but you are met with the emotion that has allowed this Nilbog to come into existence. But with the 18, you're able to endure it with no damage. And he sees you do that and he goes,
I do see that we have a friend on our hands, folks.
Yeah, I'm very sorry for what your people are going through. How can I, obviously you talked about, or I was able to feel that your people are being practically enslaved and having to work like on the docks and like put ships in service. Obviously, I'm a servant of Belkor, like the elf ship god. Do you know who's enslaving you? How can I help your people to kind of not be enslaved anymore?
Yeah, he pulls out a map from behind inside of his cart, and for a moment he turns his back. And he's rummaging and looking through stuff, and it's taking him some time to find it. And you can hear him basically shuffling various documents and scrolls and stuff, and he's like flinging stuff behind the inside and looking around. In this time, the goblins in and around you have taken more of a liking now that you've placed your hand in the box, and they're like doing the thing with like little toddlers do when they come up, and they're like rummaging through your cloak and like running their hands up and down you and hugging your leg and like trying to like touch wherever they can get like skin and pawing up at your face. And they're making various offerings to you as he rummages through his stuff. But you can, he as he's doing this, there's a map, a parchment that is on the counter next to the drugs, next to the box. And all that's going on, but he has his back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of, if any of the goblins are like climbing on me, I'm gonna kind of push them down. Not push them hard, but just kind of like get them away from me.
Yeah, like dogs humping your leg.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's kind of, they really like you, and they're like trying to party. The wild boar lets out a huge big fart, and then they all go, and with that amount of time passing by, the Great Malenko turns back around, and he, with the map that was on the table, he goes,
Oh, my mistake. And
he rips it off the front of the table and says, "Not meant for you." And then he pulls a different map out.
Here. At Fathom's End.
And he circles a small group of islands where there's a bunch of symbols drawn. There's a giant skull, and there is a ship with like food icons, and like, you don't speak Goblin, right? No. So it's all written in like symbology of their language. So there's a bunch of stuff that looks like scary and a bunch of stuff that looks good. But it's maybe like 50 miles off the coast of Mistvale. But the distances on this map are also very like inordinate. You know, they're kind of like done by feel. It's a goblin map. You know, and this guy's kind of weird anyways, so
he travels
and he's kind of like magical in nature. He's ethereal almost in a way. He's not like completely material. He's like, his mind is suspended between the material plane and some arcane plane.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him, like, obviously because he's here like for revenge or basically to like help his people.
Yeah.
What would he want me to do to be able to help Goblin kind of me?
Oh yeah.
You shall go to Fathom's End as a
what's the word? Like an emanary or
Emissary.
Emissary.
Ambassador,
Yeah. You go Fathom's End as emissary of goblin folk and convince bad people to relinquish their reign over our kind.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just ask him, can you help me in any way? Can you give me any
Yes.
supplies for the jury?
Nilbog can help. Great Malenko has many things to offer.
Yes.
Make a persuasion roll, and depending on how good your roll is, will determine how good the aid is.
I got a nat 20 and I have a +5.
Oh shit!
2 net 20s in your first session?
He pulls out a. I don't like that one. It's not good enough.
I like this game.
He pulls out a glass eye.
Okay. And I'm gonna ask him, like, what are the property, or can I make, like, a perception check to see, like, if I'll just ask him, like,
It's investigation.
Oh,
Is-
investigation. Yeah. Can I roll for that?
Yeah, you can roll for anything you want. But when you do it, just say I check out the eye or whatever.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Fair. I check out the eye, and I
Yeah.
roll a 2.
A 2?
Yeah.
Yo, this is a cool looking glass eye. Pretty good glass eye.
To the, I forget the name of the goblin guy.
Yeah.
I tell him, it looks like an awesome eye. It looks like a very well crafted, but I have 2 eyes already. How is
Yeah.
that help me?
You'll see.
All right. Well, I take the eye.
You get it? Do you get it? Because it's an eye.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I roll my eyes a little bit because I'm.
Good one.
I roll my eyes because I'm an arrogant elf. And
All the goblins laugh at the joke.
I tell them I'll do what I can. I'll go to Fathom's End and see what I can do to help end their suffering.
We thank you.
And then because I kind of don't fuck with monsters a lot, and I don't have any money. I've only got like 15 gold for the floating menagerie.
Yeah.
Can I kind of look around to see what's within 60 feet of me because I have dark vision?
There's like, go ahead and make a survival check.
5.
Yeah, it's just like generic forest. There's nothing that's immediately obvious. Obviously the floating menagerie's got a lot going on over there, and various goblins are buying stuff.
Okay, and I came from the northeast, right?
Yeah, I just started you at the floating menagerie. You can, if it's relevant to how you got here, you can just tell me whatever you want.
Well, it's dusk, right?
Yeah, at this point, it's like shifting now to be more dark, and the darkness and mist is taking over. And actually, with that, I'm gonna pop back over to Scale.
Yeah, you're good.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. I think Scale was next up in the turn order.
Yeah, so I am.
Oh wait, I have to get the Juggalo music off.
Why?
Sorry.
The great Malenko.
Is Vanessa there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you want to do?
So she's holding a femur. She's still a bear. She's patrolling still. There doesn't seem to be anything dangerous around.
You feel that there is.
Okay, so there's something dangerous around.
You don't know where, what, how, or when, but you have this feeling like something is watching you.
Okay, so she's actively looking for that. With her smell and her ears.
It smells sweet. It smells rich. It smells like a delicious warm vegetable.
So she's gonna start walking towards the smell.
Okay, as you do, the smell gets stronger as you patrol around the various parts of this camp. And it's strongest around the pumpkins, though your air of danger is also sort of heightening as the intensity of this delicious aroma enters your nose.
So she's gonna slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, what she's gonna do is take a pumpkin, the pumpkin to the right, and kind of, as a bear would do, grab it with its front paws and throw it at the hut.
Okay.
And then she's gonna run behind that pile of logs.
Okay. Make a... This is not a thing in D&D, Trevor.
Oh, he's in the bathroom.
Oh.
He's coming back.
Yeah. The camera's frozen on me. Let me... It looks like it froze just when he got up, so I'm gonna just quit out quick and restart him for the recording. So people are looking at you all, if this gets watched back. Which I hope some people will eventually watch.
I'll watch it back. Oh. Trevor made eye contact with Emerson and said, I want to What is Kayla? Couch?
So Scale, you said you picked up a pumpkin and threw it at the shack.
Yeah. And then I went behind those logs.
Okay. So this is not a thing in D&D.
Actually, no, I didn't go behind those logs. I am a big bear.
I
Okay.
didn't go behind those logs.
All right. You chuck a pumpkin at the hut. Make a D20 luck roll. To see what happens.
19.
Okay. The pumpkin hits the shack and it rolls down the little plank leading into the door and it rolls right back to you.
Any sounds from inside the shack?
No sounds from inside the shack.
Okay. She's gonna slowly walk into the shack. To her nose to the door.
Okay. You peek inside because there's no door. Inside you can see it's like a woodcutter's shack.
Yeah.
There's various wood cutting implements. There's a writings on a desk with burnt out lanterns and rusting equipment and lots of shavings and stuff on the floor. There is evidence that someone has been drug out of this shack and their hand claws are clawing in the dust as they were drawn from within inside.
Alright, she's gonna go in and look at the paper.
Okay. Make an investigation roll.
16 plus 2, 18.
Okay. It's a diary record of the person who oversees this last sort of camping spot before travelers make their way into the forest to travel onward through Duskholm. It gives a story that speaks about an ominous presence coming the deeper it dives into fall, particularly as the pumpkins have grown and matured and developed and become ripe. And he talks a lot of having grown them outside the shack, how the feeling keeps progressing, how the feeling of being watched is growing in nature. And then there's writings leading up essentially until Hallows Eve, where he talks about being excited to carve the pumpkins, etc. And there's that's kind of some of the last entries, and they become more and more panicked over time, and more what's the word, not panicked, paranoid over time.
Okay, is there a... Scale wants to look and see if there's a calendar or a time frame that she can tell what time it year it is, what day it is.
It was over a season, and right now it's late fall.
Okay. Scale's gonna go back to a pumpkin,
Mm-hmm.
and with the femur that she's carrying in her mouth,
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna like try to carve. She's gonna try to carve. She's a bear. She's a little angry right now. So she's gonna carve a beholder in one. And she's doing that just out of frustration because she's a bear. She thinks she wants to kill this guy. So she's just like, I don't know, I'm gonna carve him into a pumpkin.
I'm gonna recycle a voice from this. We're not there yet, but
And she's a bear, so it's gonna be pretty rough.
the femur as you, it's sharp because it was broken, right?
Yeah.
So as you try to do this as a bear, give me a dexterity check.
Yeah.
Are any of you rolling with the app?
I am.
I'm at 2%, so I have that. I have it here. No charged.
Sorry, I
Under your skill. Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure it was updating.
I rolled a 7.
Oof.
'Cause I'm a bear, so I get 0.
So you try to carve this pumpkin.
Yeah.
And you press a little bit hard, and the pumpkin. Let's see if I have a thing for this. No, good enough. Yeah, you try to like carve this pumpkin, but since you're a bear and you're not doing a very dexterous job, you smush in this pumpkin. It's particularly soft, and the sweet aroma envelops your nostrils. It smells delicious, but with that, there's this crackle of lightning that happens. And out of the forest, a being emerges.
Oh.
And Aelion, you can see this huge, large being whose body is a mass of tendrils, tentacles, and vines. And this giant pumpkin visage that sits above the treetops starts making its way towards you, Scale, and it goes...
Dares disturb my children.
Scale's gonna kind of walk up to it.
A bear, I see. But be it more than a bear, perhaps?
Nods her bare head, yes.
More than a bear, then. One who deceives.
Bear's gonna shake her head no.
No.
And do like the side-to-side head swizzle.
No, what?
Scale's gonna, in bear form, ask, can you understand me? As a growl.
No.
Okay. Scale's gonna go over to the bones and take them and start spelling the bones.
Okay, make a dexterity check.
Yeah.
While this is going on, because I can see the thing.
Yes,
I,
you can.
Slowly creep, like, not right up to it, but like just so I can kind of see what's going on.
Yeah, give me a
over here.
stealth check.
I got a nat 20.
What do you want to spell?
I would say I'm a druid. Or I'm just gonna spell druid faster.
Protector of nature, I see. Druid. Okay, Druid.
She's gonna spell, who are you?
Making me name all these people, huh?
Okay, wait. Yeah.
Hold on, I have name generators.
You don't have to name them.
Biggie.
I don't have to name them. Who are you? I can. Good answer, Kayla.
I am the one who watches the pumpkins. I did this in the fall. I'm just recycling it.
What? She's gonna spell, what do the pumpkins do?
Hold on, I have to turn off the Shrek music. You're asking it? You asked me what pumpkins do?
What pumpkin do?
What pumpkin do?
I can't think of a good joke for that right now, but he just seems to be like a protector of the pumpkins. That's all. Like a pumpkin spirit, very like Ghibli style, like forest spirits exist. He's just the pumpkin one.
What do pumpkins need protecting from?
I protect pumpkins from those that would smash.
She's gonna sit in front of the one that she smashed. And sit and write, sorry.
I appreciate.
And then she's gonna hold up the piece of paper from inside and say, "What is this?
What is what?
Have you seen this?"
It's just a guy's journal about. You get the sense he was journaling about this pumpkin thing growing into existence as he grew all these pumpkins, and then eventually did something it didn't like, and it drug him out and ripped him limb from limb.
He's gonna ask, "Is this you?"
Is what me? Paper? You're doing a lot with the bones right now. It's taking a lot. You're really spelling a lot of things out the bones. You'd think you'd run out of bones to make words.
At this point,
She's
I would
reading.
have. At this point, the Maxis would have been woken up by like. all
Yeah, a
the-
giant booming voice from next to you. Yes.
Yeah, I'm waking up and I'm just kind of cautiously walking towards it.
Okay. You walk towards this thing, and it turns to you and it says,
No, I'm not walking towards it. I meant to. Sorry. Like
you
towards
stealthing?
Scale. No. Just cautiously walking towards like Scale, kind of behind her.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
So you walk up behind, and it sees you walk up behind Scale, and he says,
A compatriot, fellow pumpkin smasher.
No. I was sleeping. I was not here to smash your pumpkins. Can I do an Arcana check to see? Or never mind. I don't know. It seems like you might need a translator here. Scale, what are you doing with the bones?
She's spelling things. It takes a long time.
What? Can you?
I don't know either, man.
Well, did we do something to anger you?
She smushed one of my pumpkins.
I can tell you that it was not a.
It's not all high concept, alright? I just don't like when people smush my pumpkins.
Is there anything we can do to not have you smush us?
Stop smushing my pumpkins.
Okay, well, we won't smush pumpkins.
don't eat them either. They're just for decoration.
I'm not a big pumpkin fan as far as the flavor.
Good. Although they're delicious. You should really try them sometime. Not in front of me, though.
So you're a cannibal?
Listen, man, I know why it tastes good, alright? You probably think you taste good, too.
Oh, I know I taste good.
Ooh, I like this one, sassy. I bet he tastes spicy.
You feel like a vine creeping along the ground, like at your ankle.
Oh, sorry. It's lonely out here. The last two guys are deadbeats.
Consent.
Get it? Because they're dead. I killed them.
Oh,
While that's
Scale?
happening, Scale's spelling again. It's just saying, what else is in these woods? It feels dangerous.
I think those guys were stashing something.
Which guys were I'm still catching up here.
And
Which guys
you watch as this vine like curls amongst the ground and begins brushing aside some leaves. Oh wait, I didn't put anything there.
All right, don't look at the screen. Let me.
Don't look at the screen. Don't look at the screen. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Yeah, there's gonna be. That's too big. That's too big. Too big of a pile. I'll make that pile smaller.
Oh my goodness, Emerson.
Okay, there you go. So he rustles the leaves away, and there's like a pile of gold under the leaves.
Ooh.
That's too much gold.
All right.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, it's more like there's like 50 gold.
All right, I'm gonna walk over and.
There you go.
Oh, I'm gonna walk over to it, look up at him, and say, so you're saying nobody has claim to this gold anymore?
Passerbys often leave gold at the pumpkins for me. But should you have use for it?
I mean, I'll never say no to gold.
Okay, how much gold do you take?
You said there's 50 gold?
You're not counting it, but there's like
Alright.
give me a scale of like 1 to all of the gold.
I'll take a quarter of it.
Okay, give me roll 1d20. I would have let you roll 4d20. No, 5 if you take it all.
Well, I rolled a 6.
Okay, you got 6 gold.
Okay.
You're still a bear scale?
Yeah.
Okay. How long does that last?
I mean, it's probably. I think it's like an hour.
Okay. You're almost definitely coming up on your hour then. And I think it's longer than an hour. I'll look it up when you guys are deciding to do stuff. Alien, you saw this happening. Forrest still unconscious. And I'm going to bop back over to Cathay at this point. So you have just now been led to further into the forest.
It's a number of hours equal to half my druid level, so 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. Okay, you're good. You're druid for a good long time. Cathay, she led you over to a fairy circle. And next to this fairy circle is a screaming Kempestri. And it runs further off into the woods. There's a bunch of little ones that are also near the fairy ring circle, and they scatter too. And then she goes, she looks at you and she says,
You know, this would be funny normally, but we need a complete ring for you to go back. So you're gonna have to get them. I'll help.
Do you know where you're sending me?
well,
back to the material plane, of course. Unless you'd rather stay with me.
I'll go. Okay. So I'm gonna run after these Campestri.
Yeah, she runs off in the direction of one of them, and you run off in the direction of the other one.
Okay. Rather than chase it down fully, I'm just gonna grab a dead log. Try and get it over here because I know that they grow on things that are decaying. So I'm not gonna run after all of these little fucks. I'm just gonna
Just the two. The other ones are normal mushrooms.
Okay.
So you only have to get one of these little guys. I was just gonna make you do like a roll and see if you can do it.
Sure.
Like
because rolling's been going so well.
yeah, so it's just gonna be like a dex contest, I would say, unless you can come up with something else.
I can't come up with anything. I rolled a 2.
So there's okay. Before all right, pretend that didn't happen. Here's the option I'm gonna give you. Tell me how you would go about catching a little mushroom guy, and then I'll determine like either you get advantage, disadvantage, if you're doing it with stealth, if you're doing it with speed or strength or whatever. Like narratively think about how you'd catch a little sentient mushroom.
I think that what I would do is set like a reverse fate trap. So I would find a little patch of grass where there's one ray of sunshine like shining through. I guess it's nighttime, so that's not really happening. Moonbeam.
Moonbeam, okay.
And then I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of glitter here, and I'm gonna make sure that I have like a dead log or something for it to ingest and
Okay.
live, laugh, love on. And I'm gonna wait, and I lie in wait, and then once it comes over, I'm gonna either snap the trap or.
So roll survival.
Okay. Oh my god. 4.
Okay, it comes near and it sees what you've done, but it sees you, and it's like,
She ate him. I don't know.
so if you want, roll persuasion to like coax this thing that it's okay.
Okay. I will roll persuasion because I'll just be like, hey little guy, I didn't know where I'm from. You guys sometimes are help me be better, and we work together, and we get.
Maybe.
This is a 6.
6. 6 sounds. Okay, I do.
And it comes near and it goes and starts like eating the little log. It's like,
I'm gonna pick the whole log up with my little friend and then just slowly walk it over.
it feels like light speed to this thing because you're like flying it through the air. Okay, so you put it down in the circle and Nimue is like,
Okay. Step into the ring. But wait.
and she like takes your hand for a second because you said you would give her a kiss.
Okay, I'll give her that kiss.
Okay.
Brush her hair out of her face, look her in the eyes, very slowly go in for this kiss.
Okay. I'll zoom in so you get a better picture of this, so you can imagine what this is.
AI can't do this yet? I don't know.
So as you do this, it's very interesting. You notice as you're going in for this kiss, because it's like there's that intimate moment that happens, right? When you lean in and you really see somebody for the first time, you have to make eye contact usually before you're like really going in for it. And she seems super innocent and prude, and that she doesn't have barely any experience ever having done something really like this. And despite whatever her looks may portray or convey about her, as you go in, it's awkward. It starts out like she's you need to be leading this movement, and she becomes very put off guard and taken aback as you're going for it. But in the moment, she also presses, runs her hand up along your back and onto the back of your neck, and it's like many things in the Fae, not just a kiss. So what is hit with you in this moment is that she wishes to steal a raw, maybe intimate, I'll use the word intimate memory. So what is the memory that comes to the surface of the last time you would have kissed someone like this?
So she probably comes up to, it's really jarring, but when I was a youth, a young boy in my clan on the sea, tried to kiss me, and I thought it was cute and sweet and fun and amazing, and right before he kissed me, he swapped it with a frog, and it was really embarrassing, and I ended up beating up everyone, all the children in my group after that, and I threw him overboard, and it was really traumatizing and left a really bad indelible mark. So hence why I wasn't willing to kiss another boy, but this woman was just, whew, set me off my feet, and so immediately I understand where she's coming from, and so I just back up, hold her hand, and just like put my head down, and like look back up at her and try to like, that's it.
So
I just stopped.
As your eyes open back up as you face her, for the ever so glint of a moment in time, her face is changed and it is disfigured, and it has scars and pop marks and blemishes, and her teeth have a gap, and her she would be called by most conventional standards ugly. And it's the briefest of seconds as your eyes reopen, and then very, very fast her image returns to what you had originally saw, and there is a mark of, not a mark, like a drip of black from the corner of her lip that she wipes, and you're no longer poisoned either. And so you step into the fairy ring, and she says nothing, but there's a shared knowingness that you both saw a glimpse of something you maybe wish you hadn't of each other. In an otherwise, maybe she had a different expectation of what she would have found in that moment. You know, something sexy or dirty. And because it revealed something that was so true to her, maybe her own nature, her guard went down. And so with that, you're whisked away back into the material plane. From there, when you come back to, you are found on the outskirts of a camp. Very quickly you realize that this is a camp set where you recognize the packs and the belongings, and you see 4 laying on the ground, and there are 2 nearby Campestri that see you, and they immediately start going, and they run away into the forest. You get this weird sense that they're like a hive mind. So they they just like talk through the mycelium or something. And then across the road, about 60-ish feet away from you, you can barely make it out. It looks like a silhouette to you. There's a giant being, and you hear, and you hear just like speaking over there, though you can't really make it out. So now you're all finally back all in the same place.
Would I be able to see?
No. Well, you have dark vision?
I do, but I'm not gonna say it.
I have dark vision!
Yeah, you can see her. You see, so what you'll have seen is that she like just materialized back into existence by a bunch of mushrooms over in the outskirts of your camp.
No, I was gonna ask if I wouldn't be able to see Trevor's character. Can't remember the name.
Do you want? Are you stealthing, Aelion?
I was, but I was gonna make my way over and kind of like.
Okay, you don't want to keep it up.
No. I was gonna like kind of go. And
Okay, so what you're working with is that the totem does not see you.
Yeah.
But Demaxius and the bear make a perception check.
Me or?
Yeah, Demaxius. Have you rolled? I don't even think I've made you roll yet.
I have not. Oh no, I did. I rolled once.
Oh, you're frozen again on my camera. That's all right. I'll fix that.
Perception. Oh no, that was a nat 1.
Yeah, you don't see him coming.
Can I see if I smell him?
Yeah, you go ahead. Perception or nature. Pick whatever you're better at.
No, it's perception.
Okay.
For the instructions, I get wisdom. I get a advantage and a +2. So I got a 7, so 18, and okay, 8. I got 8, 20.
Okay, yeah, you definitely see a figure approaching from beyond the totem.
Scale's gonna like paw check Demaxius and be like with a big paw point, and like do a head nod and start walking in that direction.
Cool.
I see. A pretty little thing off in the distance.
I'm gonna walk up like slowly with like my hands in the air, and just kind of like approach the group. Like stay away from the big giant pumpkin thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like go to the left of the cart, and just like have my hands up and like say hi, and just be like, I mean you no harm. I'm just passing through.
Continue on, then, small one.
I'm gonna make my way to the left of the cart and kind of like come up to the group.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
And I'm just
You
gonna.
handsome elf, you hold on. Big pumpkin spirit, are we free to pass?
You may leave whenever you wish.
Thank you for your
Yeah,
your
don't mention it.
offerings.
The 6 gold? Yes. You're welcome. A mighty gift.
I mean, if you're gonna be like that, I could take a little more, right?
6 gold means a lot to those that would give all they have.
I see what you're getting at. So we're gonna go back over to our camp. Thank you, Scale.
So you guys watch as this like visage goes back behind the trees and almost goes behind a curtain of leaves and is gone.
I'm gonna introduce myself to the group and just ask if I can kind of talk with them at their camp.
Well, just do it. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. We're walking.
Alright.
Our camp's right over here.
Scale's gonna get weirdly close and just sniffing him.
I'm gonna let it happen because it's a huge bear. And
I give him a big devilish grin as she's getting real close to him.
and I'm kind of weirded out by everything going on. I'm letting the bears sniff me. I'm kind of trying not to make eye contact with the tiefling because I'm getting creeped out.
What the fuck was that thing?
Well, it protects the pumpkins. That's all I got. Where were you?
That's a great question. I think I was on a trip. I think I was having a really bad trip. No, I was in the Feywild. Apparently.
Why were you in the Feywild? I was there.
When? Recently?
I went to go back for Redmane in the Hanging Tree, and it took me to the Feywild instead.
Okay, that's similar. What happened to me? I went back into the tree, and I was transported right back there. And I had an interesting experience.
Who did you meet there?
I met little mushroom people and the Compensity that are actually here in both. And then I also met.
You didn't ask her name, but the satyr called her Mistress Nimue.
I met my soulmate, and then I also met. So I met this really odd creature that I tried to kiss, unsurprisingly, and yeah, and then I went into a Fey circle and got transported back here. Don't eat the mushrooms.
Don't
They're
eat the
not
mushrooms.
bad. Turn against you, but
I think I saw them.
as of now, I think I'm okay. I think I'm back in my entirety, but I'm not sure. You know how it works with the Fae.
I go up and I pinch her on the cheek.
Oh,
Yeah, I think you're here.
feels it.
Yeah.
At least in the five senses. We'll see. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen if I close my eyes, and I'm still recovering from that poison mushroom. So we'll see. If anyone finds anything or knows of anything that can be of use.
And so I've been kind of quiet this whole time because I'm freaked out by
He's
the
a weirdo.
by the bear. Well, I mean, there's a bear sniffing me this whole time, so I'm just freaked out. This
Our dog
lady's
doesn't like
huffing
this guy.
mushrooms. But at this point, like, I kind of speak up because she's talking about, like, she's like, oh, I just came off mushrooms or whatever, and like I have like a little bit of history of medicine because like I was a cleric, like an acolyte in my youth. So I try to see if I can like help her or like think of anything that can help like mushroom like curing from my past, or if like I've encountered this in my past.
Yeah, go medicine check.
And the skills tab.
Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah. So
Yeah, before you touch her, who are you?
I'm running to go get a beer while you guys do like this.
intro. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I'm gonna be quiet for most of the time for a
Okay.
while
Yeah.
while you just like catch all your characters on the same page finally.
You want another beer?
Please.
You want one?
Yeah, I'll wait until you get back.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Vanessa, you want water or anything?
No, I got this side. I think.
Yeah, so basically like so Trevor, you wouldn't know this and Kayla may not know this. Rarely do we have like downtime where characters actually talk about like what is going on, why are they here, what are they hoping to achieve, that kind of stuff. So this is like where hopefully they can give you background.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I can take dude too probably while this is going on.
Sweetheart. Join the party, man. Yeah.
There's the sleep bed.
Rare. So if I was to approach you and just be like, who are you?
Yes.
What are you fucking?
So I was, I'm like a high out. There's a whole next.
Don't worry about it.
There we
Just tell me.
go.
Enough that I'm gonna trust you.
Yeah. So I am a cleric of the High Elf God Velcor. I was in a village in northeast of the island that we're on that was destroyed by like a huge storm. I was trying to help the people there, and so I've just been kind of wandering over the past few days since then, trying to figure out like where I'm at, kind of what happened, and basically I've just been wandering through the forest and just ran into.
That's really good.
Thank you. And so basically, I'm just kind of confused as to where I'm at and what's going on. And I just ran into a bunch of goblins up in the like a little bit away from here, and I ran into you guys. So I'm kind of confused because I don't really have a home right now. Just ran into a bunch of goblins, then ran into a big pumpkin monster and then a bear.
Listen, I'm not about to look a gift horse in the mouth. I do need some help. But what are you going? How do I know that you're not going to curse me and give me something that's going to make me worse?
Fair. So I'm a follower of a god that like helps sailors, helps the sea. I'm about
I'm
to
also
help.
of the sea. I'm also of the sea.
Oh, exactly. That's perfect. So I'm about helping people, especially ones on coastlines and stuff like, and people associated with like fishing. I don't want to hurt people.
I would love to believe you, but usually people who say that out loud. So let's just make it plain there. Can you tell me, like, or is there anyone who can vouch for you, or can you show me some manner of goodwill?
No. So my entire village got destroyed, but if we go and talk to the creepy goblins a little bit away, they'll tell you that I offer to help them with only a little bit of ask for reward in return.
Wait, you're hanging out with goblins?
Well, I feel like I'm in a job interview right now.
Okay. You didn't take the drugs.
I didn't take the drugs.
Oh, that's good enough
it
for
sounds
me.
like
Come
you
on,
took
brother.
the drugs,
Yeah,
so
100%. Absolutely. That's why I'm making sure you did. What do you got for me, Doc?
all right, I'm gonna make a roll here.
Come on, soothsayer.
Are you doing like persuasion?
No, I'm gonna do. Well, do I do persuasion or
Just
medicine?
give me
Well,
what you got to help.
So like the PvP stuff, you don't need to typically roll unless Kayla's trying to contest you. So if you're, and I know that he's not lying, but if he was, it'd be like deception versus insight, but that's not what's happening. So
I'm not that intelligent.
you can make an insight. You can make an insight check on him, and if he,
insight check myself yet.
Okay.
Start now.
yeah.
Give me what you got.
Okay, so it would be a medicine then. And I have a plus 14. Yeah, 8 plus 6 is 14.
Come on, accountant.
Come on, I
Do some math.
Math it for us.
Shit, I still gotta count.
So would a 14 cure her, be able to like? I'm thinking with a 14.
She's not really like.
I guess I'm gonna check to see if there's any long-lasting effects.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't look poisoned right now.
No. What you're doing is more comfort than anything. It's just like, this is just like flavor. If she was actually her, you'd have to do like a healing spell.
Yeah.
What you're able to do with a medicine check is just like typically like stabilize someone if they're down or dying. So this is more like you're just.
I'm giving her a once-over. It doesn't look like there's any long-lasting effects or like permanent changes that she got from it. And I'm just gonna like let you know, like, no, it looks like you're all right. It doesn't look like there's anything gonna be wrong with you in the future. But I would advise, I've advised a lot of the common folk that need to take drugs to get through their day to day. I would advise her not to huff random mushrooms in nature
Sounds
hell
like you're
in the
being
future.
a little judgy about
Well, here, I'll give you. So you did a medicine check, but give me like what did you get on the medicine check?
14.
Okay, I'm just gonna carry that to say that you know exactly she ate a Campestri, which is like a sentient mushroom that like a mushroom spirit inside the forest, I would say. And they're like kind of typically mischievous guys and can be in hordes. They are able to attack. Generally, you can only talk to them if you've ingested their spores because they speak telepathically with any creature. Otherwise, they can't speak, but they understand common. That's everything you would know.
Okay, so after I kind of give her the once over and let her know that like no long lasting effects, I'm like, so you're probably wondering what I'm doing here. And I'm basically just gonna say I don't really have a purpose right now because that village that I was kind of staying at was destroyed.
I'm sorry if I missed it, but destroyed by.
Just a huge storm.
Oh.
And so, I don't really have a mission right now. I'm here to help common folk or people in need, and I saw the goblins they kind of asked me to get in the hand, but you know, I'm not gonna ask like you guys like what are you goblins? What's your purpose?
You offer help to goblins.
I know. That's why I'm like.
Were they?
How do they?
They didn't want to.
So
attack you.
they explained and they gave me a test saying that their people were being enslaved, and no matter what the creature is, people shouldn't be enslaved.
Agreed. I'm just trying to get the full picture of the goblins.
Yeah. So if we go up to a
Did
little
you-
bit of,
I've never
Sorry.
read a nice novel.
you're good. So if we go up a little bit away, I mean they were doing drugs. They weren't the best of creatures, but if we go up, they'll.
Well,
Scale's gonna
I think we gave them
unwild.
drugs.
Scale's gonna unwild shape with this. So this giant bear turns into a 3-foot tall rock gnome.
And I say, oh thank God, we're sniffing my ass.
Yeah, I don't know. When's the last time you showered? No judgment. We haven't showered in a long time.
Just to set the scene in terms of heights, Kathea is easily the biggest. Then it's Demaxius. You're over 6, right?
I think I'm like 6'1".
1, maybe. So you guys are like pretty much even height. Scale is quite literally like 3 feet tall, like to your knee, not even to your knee.
Why? How tall is
I went
that?
from
6
a
foot.
bear.
Oh, so we're all the same.
Yeah, we're about to say.
Yeah, Kathea's kind of like, I would say, she was like almost on par with Zara.
Oh, shit.
So
Big Goro.
Tyrex is also one of the taller ones, I would say, but yeah.
Tyrax is MIA.
Which I messaged both of them, and I think Ellen's out for a while, but she's not against playing, and Mills is in, but not this week.
I was gonna say having a barbarian again would be
So nice.
quite nice. What? Anyway, so we're walking.
Yeah, Scale just wanted to be like, was there like a really big monster with a little tiny monster on top? They had this really cool music playing all the time. I was like, beep beep bop bop boop bop beep. Is
Yes.
that what?
Yeah,
Wow!
that's the ones we're going
Did you
for.
go shopping?
I did. I'm kind of broke right now. I try to give my money. I don't make a lot of money as like a cleric.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't try to steal anything. Never try to steal anything from them because I saw that happen one time, and the big guy. Oh man, he's strong. He zapped these people and bam bam with his eyes.
Did you know these people?
The merchants?
No, the ones that stole.
No, I don't know who they were.
Oh, okay. I'm glad.
But they got some real rare stuff. So,
I'm gonna come get him because I think this is like you guys leading a lot right now.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing out here? Like what are you going for?
That's a long story.
All right, give me spark notes. Where do you go? Like what are you trying to do right now?
We don't know, but
I'm not fixing TV.
let me know if he's hungry though. I tried to feed him, but he fell asleep.
you want a dad? Yeah, all right.
Watch his toes though.
Long,
Well,
long story short.
we almost just fucking died.
Yeah.
And our friend over here's passed out. We just met him. But him and Demaxius, they seem to be kind of buddies.
Yeah, 4. We kind of just left him back there.
He's in the mat right now. I had to carry him.
Oh, so there's a path out.
Yeah.
4 is the name of our ranger.
Anyways, we met this guy. We all just went on an adventure together because we wanted to get cash, right? So we're on a boat, and we went and did this mission for this guy who hired us. His name was Argyle, and we went and we found a bunch of shit. Anyways, then we went back to Argyle's house, and there's this dude, and he's like flaming, and he's got horns, and he was like torturing Argyle, and we couldn't really do much about it, so he pieced out, and I think Argyle is now dead.
That is a very condensed version of his skill.
Ed, come on!
Yeah, no. I don't know him just yet.
Are you an elf?
I am an elf.
Wow. That's cool. I know an elf.
Ooh.
Valerian.
Oh,
Who's
my
Valerian?
Sweet Valerian.
Oh,
L'Oreal is an elf as well. So is what's her name? Eleneth.
We know a bunch of elves.
Cool. I don't. Would I know them? Are they from the Titan Spine?
I don't know. Unfortunately, I didn't ask.
Did you guys go to the shops, or are you still like talking where you're at?
Well, we
I
just
mean,
rea-
if you
I just
guys-
realized that we kind of left 4 at the camp.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
also, he's not here, so I don't know how you want to reconcile that.
Do you only have one name?
For now, yeah.
Oh, so I'm a rock gnome. Rock gnomes have lots of names.
What's your preferred name?
Well, my name is Scale.
Scale.
Yeah, but you could also call me the Wielder of the Heavens, Survivor Bulwark, Stealth Amongst Thieves. You can call me Trifling the Wild. You can call me Lula the Looter. Or
I just
King
tone out
Transparent.
as she's like just going rambling on about names. I just tone out.
She does have a big personality. She has lots of forms. She has so many names. She should have this. She deserves this. But also,
So you're just like out doing shit.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing out here.
We're
Just
kind of out doing shit, and we had our party split up, and I don't know where half of our people are right now. So we just kind of stuck together, and
well, I mean, there's always safety in numbers, and you guys did leave the guy to get tortured, but you know, there's a bunch of monsters running around in sentient mushrooms, and I'm not really from here. I'm from like the Titans, not Titans.
oh, wait, did you
He's from Eldoria, which is next to the Titan Spine.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Eldoria.
Unless you don't want to be from there. Like if you want to be like a, I didn't read your backstory. So
No,
don't-
I was
don't-
gonna kind of run it by. We did this very quickly before. I was gonna kind of run it. I was gonna be like from the mountains next to it.
All right, I won't correct your character that you're
Yeah, you're
inventing
good, you're
right
good,
now.
I just want to run it by you first.
Did you?
No, you're
go
good.
to Eldoria?
Isolated? Like you're isolated?
I grew up
Oh, so he's
isolated.
homeschooled.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
I wasn't homeschooled. There's a
He's
lot of
not-
elves up there with like formal education, and I get kind of like haughty.
But socially?
So yeah, I grew up with lots of elves, and then I left.
So you're homeschooled. Okay. You
Uh,
can join our club.
So,
Nice. So do you do magic?
I can do magic.
That's
Yeah, I have a lot of control of thunder.
you
Sounds
mentioned
like
you're a
really
cleric who follows which god?
Wait, sorry, what was it?
You're a cleric who follows which god? I'm in character.
Yeah. I follow Velker. He's a god of like the seas, and a lot of sailors worship him.
Could I do a religion check and see if I would know?
He's minor. He's like a minor god.
So are you good at
Well, or could I do
sailing?
I served on a trade ship for a while.
Dude, you're gonna be. This is so cool. There's a cool ass ship in town.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is it cool?
Okay, so this is what we found out. Like I don't really know about this, but we're in Mistvale Port, and there's this really cool ship in town. It's called the Ghost Ship, and it comes to town once every 1,000 years, and it doesn't leave until somebody jumps on it. Somebody goes on it. So it's there
How long
right
has it
now.
been until?
I don't know. It's just
How
there
long
right
the
now.
fuck have I been in the
Since
Feywild?
we-
Okay, so there's guards around it because when people go onto the ship, they never come back. But we kind of want to go on.
We do. But
I'm kind of looking at him like kind of like an idiot. Like, why would you want to go on this ship that no one else comes back from?
well, that's part of the big gaps in our story that you don't know yet.
We need a bard.
Well, I don't want to reveal
No.
everything to this person we just met.
And I just like, was this related to the guy you left me tortured?
No,
Oh,
and
good.
also
That's good
we
question.
if we're talking about Argyle, we did him a mercy.
Honestly.
All right, let's.
Do you guys have like DM level questions about the ship that like you just need a reminder that you would know
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
want to tell him?
Because Kayla wasn't around for that. She joined way after.
Okay,
Honestly, I forget what was drawing us to go on.
so what
But I do know I want to go
Aside from the adventure.
yeah. So
No one else is willing to do it.
what happened with the ship was that Brandy Jasper was in town and he sang the Pillar of Na about Zarathul's embrace. And during that performance, Brandy had a vision and she went into a trance-like state and talked about a circle unbreaking, and she passed out. And then Elenath asked about the amulet. Seemingly, you never told her about the amulet, but she seemingly knew about it, which now you know is because she had a relationship with Argyle. And you spent the night in the Whispering Inn under her protection, not knowing she was a dragon at the time, now knowing that. And in the morning, the ship was there. And the other thing that you learned about the Whispering Inn is that there's all these notes in the Whispering Inn that travelers and sailors, they write on the pieces of paper and then they pin them to the ceiling. And they're all their wishes and hopes and dreams. And whenever they come back, they take the notes down, or the notes are removed. You've never seen this happen yet. And what you noticed in the tavern is that hundreds of these notes have to do with seeking immortality, and our sailors setting out basically to get on this ship and leave. And those are all the notes of the people that have gone on this vessel and never returned. And so every 100 years it comes, and she gave you the mythos of this ship as much as she understood. She's lived through, like, I think 4 or 5 generations of humans having gotten on the ship, and so she thinks it's this big farce because she sees everyone leave and never come back. But it coincided with the arrival of the amulet.
Scale also she has a note from the Whispering Inn that she found, and she's gonna pull it out of her little satchel. It says, I have this note, and I think it means that we have to go on it because I found it in the Whispering Inn, and it's from all of the what was laid here from all the people who go onto the ship. It says, follow the last of the Stonehearts, and that's one of our buddies, Ortho. We gotta find him. Lose him and lose life. It also says to beware of Rachno. And then it's signed with a circle and a dash. And that's a beholder. And my entire family and whole clan of Rachno was killed by a beholder named Sweethook. And that is why I'm out adventuring, is because I want to kill him. So if you want to help me with that, that is so cool.
I can help with that, but it sounds like you guys are super interested in this ghost ship. When I was talking to this Nilbog, they were telling me a bunch of the goblins are being enslaved and forced to work on ships or being sent to this like port. It sounds like they might be related. If you're interested in this ghost ship, we should go check this out.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So can I like join the group?
Yeah. Are you cool with getting on this ghost ship though?
Like, all right, well maybe let's figure out what's happened to the goblins,
Right.
so we can see if it's dangerous or not, and then maybe we go on the ghost ship.
Also, you're kind of broke, you said.
Yeah,
Do
well,
these goblins offer any kind of...
They gave me a glass eye, but I don't know what it is. It just looks like a cool glass eye, and I like hold it up in front of everybody.
Like an eyeball?
Yeah, like an eyeball, but I've got 2 eyes. I don't know.
Max,
If I promise you to not steal it from you, will you let me check it?
As
Wait,
a
did you
sign
already
of
do it?
trust to the
Fair.
new group, I'll like gingerly hold it out, but I'm kind of like sketchy about this tiefling, so I kind of like be like, "Are you sure you'll do it?" And I look at the other 2 for like this like reassurance to see if like he's a good guy. Okay, I'll let him have it.
This would have been so clutch then.
I'll trade you this book for that eye.
What's the book?
Don't do it.
Okay, I don't take the book just based on the other 2's reaction.
I slide the book back in my bag. But I would like to do an Arcana check on the glass eye. That is 17.
DM? Dad?
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 DM?
Dad? Papa?
Dad? Dad?
I don't think he's there.
Papa's not there. We're going rogue.
This is monster.
Yeah.
Liar free.
Comes back
He's
with
like,
fighting the
what
whole
happened?
menagerie.
Yeah, we're like, actually,
Yeah, we're all dead.
we all just
4 minutes without DM supervision.
Oh, you guys trying? I'm sorry. What are you?
We're calling for Dad.
I was just putting. I was putting him on Fish TV.
Oh, you're good. When did you kind of zone out of your from your other children?
Yeah. Which way do you? Which way are you guys headed?
We're going towards the
menagerie.
Yeah, the menagerie.
But
Jay wants to do an Arcana check.
I rolled a 17 on the eye.
Oh.
I showed him the eye because they were like asking like about the nail bugs. I asked him to like help me out, and then he just sorry, Frederick, I didn't mean.
Yeah. Let me figure out what that does.
Are you a strong elf?
No, I'm pretty weak. I'm a cleric. I don't really like try to lift things. I'm strong with my mind.
As a perception
Maxius is strong and can say, she's like, that's a mountain. I can't even. That's a mountain I don't even climb.
Yeah, I don't.
And I just kind of look down at my muscles and like frown.
Well, we need to bring 4 with us, so you maybe like.
Yeah, I got you. I can do that. I honestly need to get a workout.
I'm gonna tie his hands together with a rope, and they'll just like a golf sweater.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, perfect. Yeah, it's so light.
Alien, roll a d10.
Okay. I don't. That's terrifying. Just roll.
Yeah, you click the dice, and then the
3.
10 is loose.
3.
Yeah.
Cool. When you smash the glass eye.
Whoa! We didn't say anything about smashing the glass. I just wanted to do an Arcana check.
I'm telling you what happens when you smash the glass eye.
Not allowing it. Not another bug.
Demaxius, you learn that the eye contains it gives you the ability to see extra good, so you get a +1 bonus on ranged attack rolls until you take a long rest.
Just so it's a one-time
One
use
time.
per day.
It basically, you know what? I'll make it even better. Instead of a +1, it's an auto crit on a ranged attack roll.
I was just asking. You don't got to give him anything else.
No, that's easier to remember, and it was supposed to be more powerful than a +1. So it's an auto crit.
So when they gave it to you,
it includes spells, yes.
Okay. So did the goblins tell you anything about this eye? Did you learn anything about this eye?
No, they just kind of smiled and said it's a good gift to have.
Surprisingly, they did not lie to you. This can help you in battle if you really need to hit something.
I'm glad they didn't lie to me. I'm telling you that this Nilbog, they're actually going through some stuff, and they're not evil, from what I'm picking.
You're so cute. You're so sweet.
And I kind of like blush
He's so
because I'm like
cute.
young and I like shuffle my feet.
Bless him.
Bless your heart.
Bless this young little one we have with us. Come
He just
along.
flicks his tail in annoyance.
Okay, so you guys are heading back towards the
Menagerie.
The menagerie, yeah, floating menagerie. Boom, boom. I can't without the lasso. I'm just gonna drag you mostly partially all the way up. You're leaving 4?
No, we tied his hands, and he's over Cathay's shoulders like a little sweater.
Okay. Let me make that happen.
Yeah, like a piggyback, but he's unconscious. So.
Yeah, here we go. Now you got a little.
So you didn't want to
I
do
have
the
a
drugs
4-star.
that they offered you, huh?
No, not a. I went to Elf Bear program and
Did you? I can just give you some for free if you want.
I'd just rather not do drugs.
He's not fun. He's sweet. Get used to it.
I don't do drugs either. I'm just.
Okay, so I have drugs.
Hi, buddy.
I got sick of drugs.
Okay. And I'm just getting really nervous with my life
Well,
choices
these
right
guys really like drugs, so we use it if like
now. Oh yeah, no, I
Yeah,
noticed they
quick-
were doing a lot of drugs when I was up
quick
here last time.
backstory on the drugs.
I think
We
I
liberated. Oh, you heard it.
I gotta come get one of those
Okay.
extenders, Vanessa, so I can walk around further.
Like I'll
Okay.
have, like you explained it to me what happened when he explained it.
Mine.
So.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
we
right.
have like a bunch.
You guys sold drugs?
Relax,
Sold is a strong word.
Only the one time.
We exchanged. We exchanged drugs for goods,
I am quite literally
useful goods.
always in the market.
Also, I don't know how much longer you guys are gonna play, but
We're on like 3-ish hours since noon. It's like 3 something. I'm not in a hurry. or
I was gonna
anything.
say I planned until 4, and then I gotta head out.
Yeah. I'm not telling you because I'm rushing. I'm just telling you in case you want to like make strategic decisions about like setting yourself in the next quest and like. All right, let's just assume that we all know each other now and we're making moves. We're friends.
Okay, I gotta wait till he
Is that
gets
cool?
back. I want to see what they got for sale. I gave my health potion to a guy that chopped his arm off. I had to. He was trapped and there was fire. Did you hear anything about the book? I won't tell you.
You can tell him. Set
No.
us on quite the adventure.
Oh, quite the adventure.
Vanessa, you want to try him on Boob again or no?
Yeah.
All right, I'll bring him.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like he's hungry. He just fell asleep last time, so.
For some reason, the little clip of that song reminded me of the Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it did.
Parents, Fairly Odd Parents.
Have you seen Moose?
She's in the front.
Oh, she's like half in my bag. Hi,
Whoa,
baby.
coming in for
landing,
babies.
Yeah, let's keep your hands off. I'll fall asleep this time. Yeah, that can't get too comfy. Fell asleep. I was like, I'm okay with this because you're kind of funny, but I'm sorry.
All right, is he wanting it or no?
Oh, I'm just taking his pants off so I don't fall asleep again.
Oh, yeah, that happens to me.
Oh, sorry.
So the mattress didn't get stolen. Oh, is it like a full size?
It's
It's a double.
It's like full size.
I just realized you're doing like D&D breastfeed recording for the sake of the recordings
Oh,
now.
good thing it's on a private channel.
Fine. Just add like a little
D&D breastfeeding.
nip cover or something. I gotta
Honestly,
make breastfeed.
That's how we get more fans.
More fans,
That's
yeah.
how we really sell.
I was like, that's
That's how we get in
part
the
of
algorithm.
That's breastfeeding. Also, we've been to our.
It's very
Yes.
subtle. Stay for the breast.
Some people, you could just be barefoot over here. You know,
Just a little.
There's some
There's a little
tasteful
something for
feet.
everyone. Exactly. Can somebody? Can you wear a low cut shirt next time?
Ooh, deep
Because you gotta give it.
Deep,
Give the
deep.
people what they
No, I
want.
want to do like mesh, like the guy in 51st Dates.
Every time I think of mesh, I'm like,
There
that
you
guy.
go.
Is checking his little.
I do have a slight list, but I'm halfway there.
Get this, man, a mesh shirt. A mesh shirt. Just a mesh shirt.
Wear some extra shorts.
Oh yeah.
I already have.
We're ready.
So what you guys see as you come up is some of you have been to the floating menagerie before. Some of you have not. Who is not? Cathay is your first time, right?
I think it would be Cathay at 4.
This is my floating.
It would just be me and Scale.
First floating time.
Okay. So Scale and Demaxius, you know about this, but what you soon recall is that the floating menagerie has some new wares.
Yeah, I
Oh, the bottom of the
want
barrel's
to go up and I
gonna
want to.
go
What's the
sudden
physics
attack.
again? What are the names again?
Grimmox and Skitterwick.
I want to slowly approach Grimmox and give him a nod.
Oh, he nods and he like has a fat sack of coin, and all the goblins are like doing magic blow, and they're rolling in it. They're doing so well.
Grimmox, I see you have been flourishing. Wait, oh shit, they speak Abyssal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell them that in Abyssal. Wait, hold on, let me double check to see if that is one of my names.
I don't know if you know Abyssal.
I thought I... Pack magic...
I'll get there faster.
We sold them drugs and they got some people. I don't know.
No, it's Infernal, not a...
Yeah, you speak
My
in-
bad.
Did
My
they
bad.
speak sign language?
I did not... Okay, so I just
So-
asked them in common.
He understands common. Yeah, so he's like,
Yeah.
they're pleased. They're happy to see you guys.
Yeah.
What's for sale, my man?
Yeah. What do we have? What do we have this evening?
He sort of like does a sweeping gesture at the counter and goes, and he also holds up a baggie of powder.
Scale's gonna be like, I don't need that.
I was gonna say, my good sir, we introduced you to the powder.
He tosses you a bag.
I put it in my inventory.
What you notice is it's not the same drugs that you sold them.
Oh.
What is it?
It's new drugs.
What's it do?
She's asking them.
Oh,
Is it up or down there? Makes me.
Oh, damn it! If I had fucking
and then you also hear,
tall out, he could have translated it.
Oh no.
so yeah, you don't speak up. They're speaking in Abyssal. They understand common. They don't. It's like demon language.
Well, my familiar knows Abyssal, but I didn't summon him.
He also, well, you wouldn't know what else he speaks. But anyways, they understand you. You don't understand them.
What do you got in the cheap bin? Anything good?
Oh yeah.
Wait,
so
I'm sorry. Did he offer those just?
he just tossed you guys a freebie. The first one's free
All right.
of some kind of new substance that they're slinging.
Can I have one of those?
He shakes his head and goes, and he gestures for money.
Scale. Don't worry. I'm not gonna be hogging it.
I got this freaking freeloader on my back. What did that get us?
No.
He gestures at you and says,
No.
and he holds up a really big, like a gigantic sack of gold,
She's
and gestures at the guy in
joking.
your back.
She's joking.
No.
Sorry.
Cathay, Scale's gonna whisper to Cathay and be like, he knows something about the guy who killed my family.
Who? Four?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, just kidding.
So
Yes,
what?
Mom.
What do I see for sale in his cart this evening?
Yeah. You see the various trash, so like boxes of little broken things. You see more delicately laid out on a very nice. He's got a very new silk purple handkerchief that is like very fine. It's obvious this came from nobility. There's like a monogram on it, but it's soaked in blood, like dried blood. And on that is a bunch of like more delicately laid out junk. Then there is a whole host of like weird magic items and stuff just like on the side that the goblins are like perusing and playing with. And then behind the counter in the typical fashion is the small square shaped object in the very, very elegantly velvet velour bag under the glass. And then there is also a very, very, very fancy cloak.
I ask him, what does that cloak do?
Try it on.
So he takes the cloak off of the rack and it magically expands to be the size of an Oni, which is a giant. And he
Well, he's an Oni.
he wraps it around himself and it changes its quality and color to be completely complementary to his Eastern type of armor. And at will, he begins shuffling it through various colors and styles. It grows in length, it shrinks in length. It at times blends completely into the night in the forest. It changes to match the leaves. And yeah, that's it.
I'm interested.
I go to I quietly ask Scales, like, Scale, think I should try trading the book.
I'm gonna interrupt him and be like, take that thing off. It's a waste of money. It's a farce. Put it down. You don't want that.
The Oni's wearing it, so he's like looking at you like.
I was like, don't
no, not for the cloak. Well, if that's all the cloak does, then I'm good. I was kind of whispering to Scale.
He hands it to the little Quasit to put on, and it shrinks in size perfectly, and it turns into like flames and like this regal-looking, hellish, demonic cloak wreathed in like. Do you remember the flames from Erevan's tower on the chest? It turns to match that completely, and he's like.
That's pretty sick.
I interject. I'm like, that's boring. And I turn around and I'm walking away. I'm simply trying to not act interested in this thing so we can possibly get it for less money. I don't know what I'm.
There's just like a sound of fire as he's like twirling around like a ballerina, and the cloak's like flinging around and like purple and green flame flickering, and the goblins are all around him going like.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you were to trade, they like cursed things, so they might like the cursed book. And you don't want to look at that anymore, do you?
Well, it's kind of meta. I
kind of whisper to you. I'm like, how violent are these guys? Like, they're really violent. Okay, I'm not gonna do it.
Don't play it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Don't be playing.
GM question. I forgot if I asked you. Is there a penalty for just using the book at will and decursing myself?
Oh, because you have remove curse?
Yeah.
What's the spell duration for remove curse?
I think it's just, if there's a curse, it's just gone. I don't think it's a duration.
Okay, let me read it. Hold on. Instantaneous. Oh, it breaks your attunement. Yeah, so you can like on and off the book.
Yeah, I think giving up True Sight would be... Giving up True Sight would probably be silly.
Well, just remember that your eyes can be destroyed while they're in the book.
I realize.
So it's not just like you're on and offing it, like it still carries the risk. I mean, like, I'll allow you to, like, be cursed and be uncursed, kind of at will, as long as you're willing to spend your spell slots. But you still, like, I'm not saying they're gonna, like, grab the book and burn it right away or anything, but, like, I'm saying in the future.
Yeah, but you're gonna just target it.
I mean, in combat, if you were to use it in combat, yeah. When it's, like, situationally relevant.
Yeah, I don't plan on using it in combat.
No.
Nah, okay. I don't know how much gold I have.
In the little junk pile that they have, Scale wants to kind of rummage through it and look to see if they have any, like, natural, like, potion ingredients.
So the clearly cursed junk pile, or just the weird pile? Or the, like, delicately laid out stuff?
No, just the one of the junk piles, because she knows that the...
Which one? The cursed one or the weird one?
The weird one? The weird one?
You can do either. I just want to make sure you're not going to, like, rummage through a bunch of cursed objects.
So, I don't want to rummage through the cursed objects without protection. So just the weird one.
Wow!
Okay, so the weird ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still flinging around with the cloak. He takes it off, finally, and he puts it back on the shelf. It's just hanging there now. Alright. There is a blade inside of the box. Its hilt is sticking out of the weird objects.
I'm gonna grab it.
Okay.
What's the blade doing?
It's a long sword, so it's huge. It's like way bigger than you. You like pull it, and it keeps pulling and pulling and pulling out of the box.
Holy shit! This is big.
Where did you find this little one?
You need a sword,
as you turn the hilt of that blade. Sorry. It's just, I lied. It's not a sword. It's just the hilt of a sword. But as you hold it and pull it out, a blade comes out of the box in the shape of a long sword in a prismatic radiance as it springs into existence. And so as you twist the hilt of the blade can go like on and off. I don't want to say lightsaber, but it sounds like a lightsaber. And it says, while the blade exists, the magic long sword has the finesse property. So while you hit a target with this weapon, roll a d6 to determine the damage type. If the weapon deals fire damage, it does fire, acid, lightning, poison, cold, or no damage, depending on what you roll. And it's that damage type, all the damage.
Is Scale able to hold it?
You can hold the hilt, but when it's a longsword, you cannot.
Does it turn? I know you mentioned it's like holographic. As you turn it side to side, it kind of changes. It's ethereal. Is it truly like the density and the weight of what a sword would be based on what she's holding, or is it the kind that can transition?
Think about it as like as you twist, the blade it's like a Schrodinger's blade, and it's none of the things, but it's all of the things. So it's fire, acid, lightning, poison, or cold, but only one at any given time.
Okay.
While the blade exists.
How much is this?
Yeah, I only have like 96 gold.
And then Skitterwick holds up 5.
5 gold?
100 gold.
Oh, trade.
Did y'all didn't pick up anything to trade?
He's like gesturing at the guy in your back.
No.
Who even
We can't. He's a friend.
They also have lots of money, it seems, so like they're not in the best bargaining mood right now. You would assume.
Do you guys have a need for Also,
I know you have food drugs, but we have food drugs.
You get the sense that like they don't need your drugs anymore.
Okay.
of course not.
Hey,
Do they need?
They've like
at least
fixed the drugs.
so I can't afford that, but do you got any potion stuff in here? Because if not, that's the only thing I really need right now.
They don't. You'd have to go back to like Valerian's shop. They really just have like weird shit and trash.
Yeah. Okay.
I can trade you knowledge of the.
Oh, the Campestry.
Pastry.
He
I know of them.
you mentioned knowledge and he looks at Skitterwick and goes,
Ay, Karashama Kasayo.
Skitterwick flitters down to you. And he begins drawing in the dirt. He's like tracing. He's like, and he draws a tower. And then he draws a left and a right. And he points at Demaxius in his scale and he says,
Brothers.
Is that Aravan's tower?
I think so, Scale.
so when you mentioned knowing things, he drew the tower and mentioned the brothers and the two wings.
We
Are
haven't gone in there.
So
Are you one of the brothers?
for Trevor's knowledge, they like liberated a tower, and in this tower were two locked wings. And sorry, I'll put a little bit of mood on what I'm doing this. In this tower were two locked wings, and there was a chest that they uncovered in between the two wings. And in the chest was a note. And what the note said, it warned. It said, it was like a, actually, you know what? I can find it and I can read it. How about that?
Oh, when he said wings, he meant like sections in a building.
Oh.
Yes, not wings.
Yeah,
like-
okay.
Yeah, let me, I'll tell you what this is. I'll tell you what the note said. If I can get there.
Is this the
Okay, the letter says, "To the one who has braced the shadows and emerged within the heart of my sanctum. If you are reading this, then you have proven yourself to be of a curious mind and a brave spirit, qualities I have longed to see in the inheritor of my tower. This chest, sealed by magic and guarded by the puzzle of shadows, was designed to test the mettle and wit of those who dared to walk among these ancient halls. You have undoubtedly noticed that at the east and west wings of this tower are sealed. This was no mere whim of an eccentric wizard, but a necessary action taken to contain powers and secrets that even I, in my hubris, could not fully control or understand. Within those areas lie experiments and artifacts that were my life's work, some of which hold the potential for great enlightenment, and others the seeds of unimaginable destruction. A word of warning. Tread carefully, should you choose to unlock these seals. The magic contained within is potent and wild, not to be trifled with. I have set barriers not to frustrate you, but to ensure that only one with true wisdom and a respectful heart might engage these forces without succumbing to their darker aspects. A word of encouragement. But do not let fear deter you from the path of discovery. The tower and all its mysteries are now yours to explore and master. Within these walls lies the potential for great knowledge and power. The chance to reach heights of arcane mastery that I once dreamt of. Take up this mantle with both pride and humility. Remember, true strength lies not in dominion over others, but in understanding the depths of one's own power and the wisdom to wield it for the greater good. Let this tower be a beacon of light in your quest of knowledge, a fortress in times of need, and a sanctuary where you may ponder the mysteries of the universe. May the legacy of my life's work aid you on your journey, and may you surpass me in both deed and understanding. With cautious optimism and a hope that my tower finds its deserving master, Meridian. A final word. One brother always lies, the other always tells the truth. Do not reunite them.
Scale's gonna look at the Max and be like, I don't know if it's okay to tell them about that.
I agree.
At this point, as you're like pulled out the letter and you recall this tale in front of Cathay and Aelion, you didn't notice, but the Oni has walked like up to you, and is basically like staring down at the note and what Skitterwick has drawn on the ground. And he gestures and he says, he holds up the cloak and the sword, and then he takes a sweep of, not a sweep. He reaches behind the counter, the glass thing, and he removes the small pouch and offers that as well.
Just like you have your secrets, we have ours. This is something too close to us to give away theirs.
And he gives you this like knowing look, and the whatever demonic force had pervaded the clearing at this point has lifts itself from where you guys are yet again.
I think we should try to get out of here. Thank you.
Well, we didn't talk to the goblins.
Oh.
I know him.
I mean, he kind of filled you in. They seem like they're sort of. I don't know what more you have to learn. I'm only offering that for the sake of time. If you want to, you can have interactions, but
no, I'm just saying. Okay, so yeah, just for the sake of speeding things along, like he told us what we're gonna do. Like, okay, so how far would we have to travel?
Do you have any information?
Yeah, like on the map, like what's shown on the map, and like the circled part where they say, I think they said like they had like skulls where like the danger areas where goblins are gonna kidnap that they want to investigate. Like,
yeah, it was like goblin language,
Yeah.
which is really just like picture drawings, and they it's like 50-ish miles, but you recall that like
it's goblin, so you don't.
well, also the guy's a little bit fade touched, so to speak, where he's like time and distance don't seem to be kind of relevant to this sake of conversation with him. So he's like, it could be 50 miles, it could be 500 miles, it could be 5 miles. You don't really know.
Do Well, so I asked the head goblin, whatever. What's the race? What is he called?
His name was the Great Malenko, and it says that on his caravan.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can't see that right now. So I asked the Great Malenko. You seem to be intimate with the ways of the Fae. Do you have a way to get us to this location?
You say, as soon as you say intimate, you feel this, like, this huff, this, like, huffing noise and sensation in the middle of your butt crack. Right behind you as as a goblin makes its way up, right behind it goes, oh, my hat randomly turned on the mute button, which is probably good for you all, but he went, and someone snorts a line out of some kind of, like, magic drugs right out of your butt crack behind you.
I'd shoo him away like the dog.
A bunch of them laugh and they're like, what was your question for him again?
Do you have a quicker way to...
Oh, you're asking if he's got a quicker way to get to wherever you believe to be going? Like the spot on the map, which you don't really know what it is?
Yeah, if he has a way to teleport us through the Fae, I don't know.
He eyes you up and down, and he goes,
Another. I see. You too. Malenko does not trust everyone. The box.
Whisper to everyone else in the group, I'm like, you either gotta do the drugs or you gotta put your hand in the box.
Oh, drugs. Yes, you can do drugs too. Here, drugs.
He gestures.
The drugs that your little partner just sniffed out of my asshole?
Yeah, and they all go. Yeah, those.
I pour a bump onto my hand and I do it in front of him.
Masterful.
Okay,
I think you gotta snort it out of someone's butt. I think that's how it's working.
So strange of a feeling, Demaxius. You ever have your skull ripped out of your body and flung across the stars and universe in unison? You look to your right, you look to your left, and there are strings of goblins, arms outstretched, hand in hand, flying like they're wings of a big plane.
I join them in the flying.
And they begin to fart in unison, and rainbows blast out of their butts, and you guys zoom over the clouds as if it is Aladdin and Jasmine in a whole new world. And simultaneously, your body is going through this roller coaster of emotion between high highs and low lows. And whatever the most pertinent, relevant, close regret you have is about to smash into your face like a wall in front of you. And the goblins are looking, and they're looking at you, and they see this obstacle coming up. They don't know what it is. To them, it looks like anything else, a cloud, anything, a flock of birds. But they look at you waitingly, like, how do you react? And then my question is, what is Demaxius? What is in this memory that is confronting you?
Leaving my mother, seeing my mother the last time.
So what happens is the vision in front of you coalesces into your childhood door, and it's exiting into Eldoria. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
When you think you've got the world all so stout.
14.
Okay. You exit the walkway and you head down the streets of Eldoria. And at this point, the goblins are tearful and crying as they look at you, and you're having a shared experience. As you have passed through the door, they're feeling the same emotions that you felt in that moment in your life. What was the very next place you went to?
Oh, I wasn't prepared for this. This is all backstory stuff. Is that after
It's better when you have to make it up.
I went to my local pub to
Yeah, the one that you guys would hang out at a lot.
have a drink alone.
Yeah, so I assume it's the one that you and Ruthal spent a lot of time in your youth when you made your plans to read the book. And go ahead and give me another Constitution save as you and 5 goblins on the other side of you at this bar do a dream state shot.
24.
Okay, you all knock them back together, and at this point, they're sobbing into their things. You get up and leave the building. What's the very last memory that you did on leaving Eldoria?
I look back and I grinned.
And then Demaxius is back. And I don't. Do you have this? Because you guys never know. You get inspiration for that, so you passed all the con saves.
Yay!
And the Malenko's sitting there, and he's. I know, man. I know.
Yeah, I put my hand on his shoulders, like I lived it.
And I think you have a shared experience together of like what he's hoping you're gonna help him and his people with. And the faster way to get there is it's just like a shortcut on the map, and he like draws a little line.
So
it's like you still have to go by the sea, but he's like, don't go that way, go this way. It's a little faster.
All right. So looking at the map. So how long of a journey is it?
You still don't know, and this is something that like make a intelligence check.
Not a saving throw.
Bye.
Intelligence.
Wait, what do you gotta do? An intelligence check?
All of us or just me?
No, just you.
Wait, can I cast guidance?
Yeah, you can cast guidance.
1d4.
So I got a 6. What do I get for...
So with
I
a
need
6...
to roll a d4 too.
So, yeah. I mean, the most you can get is a 10, and a 10 is going to be... Yeah, so here's what you know, is that navigation in the Cimmerian Isles is not an exact science. So most of the places for you to travel somewhere, often any place of significance, typically you have to be brought there by someone who's been there. So even though he gave you a shortcut, you have a little bit of intel that'll cut down the amount of time you're spending on the water if and when you meet this person who actually knows where this place is. Does that make sense? So like basically the best shot you got at this point is finding a pirate or a merchant captain that has been to wherever you're going, of which you still don't know what it is, or getting on the ghost ship.
Oh, okay.
Well, the only merchant or captain or mercenary that I would want to go to immediately would be like...
Yeah, and Vincent's not been... You would know that Vincent's hatred for pirates would have made it so that he never will have been to where it is you're going, I would say. Because of like the symbols on the map, the skull, the particular like pirate motifs, because Vincent has this like hatred of pirates
But also, the last time we saw Vincent, he was fucking cutting down.
You know, Tyrax might know how to get there.
Tyrax does know how to get to Fathom's End. Yeah, if he was here, he would know exactly what this place was.
Well, hopefully we can get Tyrax here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, hopefully.
So, Vanessa, do you wanna help or start scale? What are you thinking on this?
I'm down to take the Goblin quest along with ours. I think that they could be linked. You know, at least somehow.
Okay. So with that, that's enough for me to like zoop you guys. Like, I don't make you do travel, and this isn't far enough outside of town that I'll make you do travel to get back to town, so to speak.
Okay.
So we'll end it here, and what I'll show you is one of my cool Sora animations for the next session. I can't believe you guys avoided contact. So I animated this finally. So this is the ship, Aelion, that they're going towards. And I even did a better animation of this one that Sora can do. I gotta find it. Yeah, this video. It's getting crazy now. So this is the ship eventually that you'll have and take out where you're going. And I guess like I can also, the last song was just like a freaking downer. So I'll play.
You made me relive made me relive my fucking backstory.
Well, you did drugs, man. I don't know what to tell you. Demaxius has got a dark past, and you picked that. But basically,
it wasn't dark. It's
so you guys,
really sad.
so you guys have made like a pact basically to take the ship, I would assume, or find someone in town, maybe, if you can get lucky. Anything else you guys want to say in character before we end?
Welcome to the crew, dude.
Thank you. Hopefully we can help these goblins and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I think we can trust you.
And I just keep giving like a weirded out look. What's your character's name again? Demaxius.
For doing the drugs?
Doing the drugs, smacking my ass, having a creepy book. Like I'm always gonna be traveling like the opposite side of the group with Demaxius.
Oh, just wait till you meet my familiar.
Oh my god, I forgot about him.
And I just like slowly just inch away more as he keeps talking.
Cool. Alright. See you guys.